First things first, I want to say, right alongside Richard Linklater as a director, there are not many directors that consistently tackle different movies and have a higher batting average of success than Richard Linklater and David Gordon Green. David Gordon Green has had a very interesting career, and he's a young guy. He's only 46. This guy his career started all the way back in 2000 with a really good movie by the name, it's an independent movie. It's called George Washington. Really good, sad, but fascinating drama. It's been years since I've seen it. I remember loving it. I need to go back and see it again. He did a handful more independent movies with the likes of like Paul Schneider. Zoe Deschanel was actually in his second movie, All the Real Girls. And then he went on to do his big break was in 2008 when he directed the stoner comedy Pineapple Express. He linked up with Danny McBride. With Danny McBride, and they've really been friends ever since. He kind of had a downtrodden cycle in 2011 when it was funny, and then I say all this. 2011, David Gordon Green, both of the movies he made in 2011 ended up top 5 worst of the year list for me that year. It was Your Highness with Danny McBride and The Sitter.
Yeah, I hate The Sitter.
The Sitter still only has one laugh out loud moment in it. One laugh out loud moment, that is it, with Jonah Hill. But then he came back and he hit a triple. He hit a trifecta, I should say, rather. He did Prince Avalanche with Paul Rudd and Emile Hirsch. Great film. Joe with Nicolas Cage. Great film. Manglehorn with Al Pacino. Really good movie, like 6 people have seen.
Is that the piano one?
That's the guy with the locksmith.
Oh, okay, never mind.
That's the guy with he's a locksmith, and Harmony Korine's in it as well.
Yeah.
So good. But anyway, what I'm getting at, though, he also did Our Brand is Crisis with Sandra Bullock, which wasn't great. And then he did the Boston Marathon bombing drama called Stronger with Jake Gyllenhaal about the guy who lost his legs in the Boston Marathon bombing.
Yeah.
But moral of the story is now he's dabbled into horror. David Gordon Green is damn good. Like, damn Gordon Green. He's good, man. Like, he's DGG, man. He's been hitting home runs for years now, and it's cool to see that, like, horror, he approaches it not with a flavor of the month type of deal, but he definitely has done his homework on this franchise. And
Absolutely.
Danny McBride clearly serves as a good writing partner for him.
He to me is somebody that I think really can get good performances out of people. Like he especially with his TV shows, Eastbound and Down and Vice Principals, where like everybody who comes on that show, I feel like gives a great performance. And I really do think it's to David Gordon Green because that movie Joe to me is one of Nicolas Cage's best performances in years. That's a great film if you're a big Nick Cage fan. And what he's done with horror, especially with the 2018 Halloween, it's made me go, well, like the guy is at least taking like a really cool aspect to horror films, the PTSD, the mob mentality. I can't wait to see what it's going to be in Halloween Ends. So much so, I can't wait to see him. He's going to direct the Exorcist movie that we're going to be getting, the one that's a direct sequel to the original 1973 film, and then he's directing the Hellraiser TV show.
So this guy now, he's done well enough with horror, man. That's kind of like now his grab now. After years of comedy.
Dude, honestly, if he becomes like a John Carpenter of like horror films now, where it's just like, hey, he just had to get his big break again with Halloween, and just from here on out he's just making he's like a new master of horror basically. I will be so happy for him because I really do enjoy the 2018 film and what he's done.
I hope, quite honestly, that now I hope that because I have a hard time believing Halloween Ends won't be a financial success. I have a hard time believing another Exorcist movie won't be a financial success, and a Hellraiser TV series, I think for all intents and purposes, will have its following, especially given the fact that Chucky now 2 weeks in a row, you said episode 2 last week, has been trending on Twitter. So I have no reason to believe that these won't be successes. The one thing I do hope, though, is that this pushes Gordon Green, this pushes DGG to do an original horror movie.
Yes.
Because now he's picking up franchises. He's got 3 franchises now that he's carrying by himself. I hope with these movies he gets the money, the clout, and the power to make something of his own.
Blumhouse definitely loves him because, like, I mean, like, these are, like, big money makers. This one and the last one were big money makers for Blumhouse, and we know how Blumhouse is when it comes to producing films. They like to spend little but make a lot.
Jason Blum is dope.
They have actually, I think they have 2 films with him signed on right now that are untitled right now. And John Carpenter is also attached to one of them. So I'm hoping like that is his original horror film break right there.
Fingers crossed. Dom, what say you about anything? You can go off of this conversation. You can pivot to something else about Halloween Kills. What say you?
I just want to laud Danny McBride for, despite being that guy in every Seth Rogen movie. Did I say that right? I'm confusing it with Joe Rogan for some reason. But being that guy in every one of those kinds of comedy films, the Brat Pack, he's shown that he's actually good at making stuff. Yeah. And I think it really, but still having that quirk, that funny, kind of that comedic and almost slapstick quirk, which obviously works really well for horror, particularly slasher, I would think. And how it manifests in Halloween is so brutal, but honestly, so many times so funny.